Hello, my dear students. Today I am going to teach you the differences between sigma bond and pi bond. Actually, there are some important points regarding sigma and pi bond. You see carefully, as per the formation of sigma bond and pi bond is concerned, already I taught you that sigma bond is always formed by the overlap of atomic orbitals along the internuclear axis. Molecular axis is nothing but internuclear axis. Okay, so if overlap of atomic orbitals takes place along the axis, then only sigma bond formation takes place. It means all types of overlaps do not lead to the formation of sigma bond, and similarly pi bond. Particular type of overlaps lead to the formation of sigma bond, and a particular type of overlaps lead to formation of pi bond. Like SS overlap is there, you know, SS overlap takes place along the axis, and S plus P, it should be PZ, already you know, no need to represent the symbol, it should be PZ. I mean, the overlap between two S orbitals always lead to sigma bond. S orbital never participate in pi bond formation. In any molecule, I mean, S orbital participates in overlap, that should lead to sigma bond formation. SS overlapping, SP overlapping, we know in chemistry Z-axis is taken as the internuclear axis or molecular axis. So in sigma bond formation, always PZ orbital participates. So like that, PZ plus PZ along the axis, that is Z-axis. I mean, PZ overlap, this is overlapping zone, you know very well, where the probability of finding electron is highest in fact. So PP axial overlapping, SP always, SS always, they always lead to sigma bond formation. And what is this sideways overlap? Sideways overlap means above and below the axis overlapping takes place like this. Okay, so this overlapping is possible, py and px. Between px and py, no overlapping takes place. That leads to zero overlap. Okay, because px is like this, py is like this. Already both are in right angles to each other, and there is no chance for any type of overlap, either axial overlap, this is also called head-on overlap, or non-axial or sideways overlap. That is not possible in any case because of 90 degrees orientation. Okay, so that's why overlap takes place between py, sideways overlap above and below the axis, px. Suppose this is the axis, this is the z-axis, above and below, so py is there, this is the axis, above and below, and one more z-axis you can take like this. This is, just imagine, this is internuclear axis, and this is this one. This one is y-axis, then this should be x-axis, like this. Okay, this is internuclear axis, that is z-axis. py sideways overlapping, px in front of the board and back side the board. So that is px, and above and below the internuclear axis, that is py. So apart from pz, there are two types of overlaps, above and below the axis, py, suppose it is py, then this angle, this one, this orbital. Okay, one lobe of p orbital is in front of the board, another one is behind the board. So just imagine this one, x, that is internuclear axis, this is z, this is y, this is x. And later you see it is formed first. Generally, in general, sigma bond is formed first, and once sigma bond is formed, then pi bond formation takes place, with very few exceptions. This I will teach in molecular orbital theory. Okay, you will come to know what are the exceptions. The same point I have written here. So it is present alone, or sometimes it is present along with pi bond. So it should be present along with sigma bond. And it is stronger than pi bond. No need to write any point here. This is clear. Sigma bond is stronger and pi bond is weaker, because this axial overlapping is more effective overlapping. Non-axial or sideways or lateral overlapping is less effective overlapping. So that's why pi bond is weaker. Free rotation is possible. So what is this free rotation? Suppose I am taking ethane molecule like this. Three hydrogens, you imagine, just between carbon and carbon a single bond is present, and that single bond is present along the axis. And now by holding one carbon, you can rotate the single bond easily. But it is not possible here, because already you have seen the formation of pi bond, CC bond is there, and above and below this sigma bond, just imagine, right angles to this. Right angle may be above, below, or front side, back side. And pi electron cloud is there. Now you can't rotate this one because this is not only sigma bond, above and below sigma bond at right angles, pi electron cloud is there. Above and below, pi electron cloud is there. So that's why it is difficult to rotate this. So that's why Fourier rotation is not possible. That is also called restricted rotation. And it is less reactive. Strong bonds means it should be less reactive. It is more reactive. The reason is easy because pi electron cloud is more exposed to attacking reagents. So the reactivity of pi bond should be discussed in organic chemistry. Organic compounds, many organic compounds, unsaturated compounds. Okay, so pi bond participates in many reactions. Many examples along with the mechanism are there. But what I am telling now, why pi bond is more reactive? Because in comparison to sigma bond, the pi electron cloud, that is above and below the molecular plane, is more exposed to attacking reagents. And one more point we can write here, that is sigma bond. Okay, sigma, actually in every chemical bond 2 electrons are there, we know. So in sigma bond 2 electrons are there. So the electron cloud of sigma bond is present on molecular plane. Electron cloud of sigma bond is present on the molecular plane. That is actually, you know, a very simple logic. Sigma bond is formed along the internuclear axis. So sigma and in molecular plane electron cloud is present, but in case of pi bond, for pi bond molecular plane is the nodal plane. Molecular plane is the nodal plane. Why? Because you see carefully this one, just imagine this is ethene molecule. Ethene or ethylene, the molecule is like this. 2 carbon atoms are present, sigma bond is present, 2 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here. Above and below. Okay, on my hand this molecule is present, above and below my hand this pi electron cloud is present. So pi electron cloud is present above and below my hand. My hand is the molecular plane. Now the probability of finding pi electron cloud on my hand is 0. So it means pi electron cloud is present above and below the molecular plane. So on the molecular plane, if you want to find psi or psi square value, that should be 0. So that's why the molecular plane it should be the nodal plane where the probability of finding electron is 0. Okay, so these are the points the differences between sigma and pi bond. But pi bond related reactions are there in organic chemistry. Okay, thank you for watching.